Doom, doom. What's
Lot.
going on? What's going on, fight fans? Fight fans, what's going on? It's your boy, Boxer with Chris. We back again to talk that box again. Also part of that Four Corners boxing team, man. We got a lot of things wrap up today. Got some special guests on the show as well. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Um, got Munguia Sarace today. Joining us on the show today is going to be Brian Norman Sr. He'll be talking about his fight with local media sensation right now. Also a boxing coach, Greg Hackett, on February 25th on Black Prime. We're also going to be talking with Yanquiel, rising flyweight Puerto Rican star, who right now has a hell of a resume. Keyshawn Davis will be headlining the first top ranked card February 14th. Love is in the air in the Hulu Theater against Barenchek, with Sanders Zayas being the co-main event. So it's a lot of good things in boxing. It's a lot of good things that we have to talk about today. So we just going to, start it off with the announcement actually of today that actually was brought to my attention before we started the show, and that's Diego Pacheco versus Steve Nelson, live January 25th at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. Somebody's always got to go. Reggie, can we get the picture, please? This right here, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
it's going to be a good fight. And the return of Andy Cruz, lightweight, you know, Cuban star, Olympic star, against Salcido. Salcido last seen in action when he just stopped Chris Primetime Colbert on Pro Box TV, so it's making his way up. The return of Jose Pedraza. That fight's a little iffy. But it's going down January 25th in Las Vegas. The tale of two super middleweights. The talk around the town is the same as Edgar Berlanga, somewhat around that time of the year. So February 24th, me and Reg were at the Edgar Berlanga Patrick McGrory fight at the Caribe Royale in Orlando, and the whole talk was the whole night that David Morrell was moving up in August. This is way before Crawford and Madrimov were announced, that David Morrell was moving up to light heavyweight. The WBA spot is open at 168, and if Edgar Berlanga has a good performance, he might jump and get that Canelo fight. That was February. He ended up getting the fight in September of this year. I say that to say this. It is alleged that Jermall Charlo will be fighting on the Gervonta Davis Lamont Roach card in March. Diego Pacheco's fighting in May. I stated this months ago, but the only thing that kind of triumphed this pattern was Tank not fighting this month. Tank was originally supposed to fight Lamont Roach this actual month when the fight was made in September, but they pushed it back, obviously now March 1st. So now Diego Pacheco will fight first, and it's likely that he will be the one that will be headlining with Canelo if deemed victorious Cinco de Mayo weekend in Las Vegas. With the same thing also being opportune for Jermall Charlo. Hopefully he'll get that fight from Canelo Alvarez in September, because he's one of those PBC guys right now. They're just trying to get him knocking off that ring rust. But it's going to be a good fight. Going to do a light breakdown of this Diego Pacheco, Steve Nelson. We know Steve Nelson, super middleweight contender right now, on the rise fast, part of that Terrence Crawford team. So he's with Bo Mack, he's with Diego, he's with Bernie. These guys got the gold team. Coach of the year in Tro Braymack. But you also now have in the other corner Jose Benavidez, who right now has seen all kind of styles, and he has different styles in fighters. Obviously, he had Rayo Valenzuela, David Benavidez, Jose Benavidez Jr., and then now Diego Pacheco. He has other fighters, obviously. So this is going to be obviously Diego Pacheco's big fight. And let's see, because right now a lot of people feel like he shouldn't be taking a fight of this magnitude considering what's at stake for him in May. But great fighters are made in moments like this. And for right now, Diego Pacheco is the young guy at 168 right now. He's the young phenom right now. I feel like they're molding him properly. And also 22 fights, but they also are giving him good competition. So this is something that also shouldn't go unnoticed, because he's also, for other than Berlanga, to be honest, he could have actually been called first because he's actually had better opposition. He's fought some former world champions in Sulecki, and right now he's coming off another. He stopped Sulecki with a body shot, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of good things going on right now for Diego Pacheco. Waiting for my co-host David to hop on. We're gonna be having Brian Norman on in a couple of minutes. So, boxing fans, let me know what y'all got going on. Open to the chat, answer some questions. What's going on? Tintin, as we wait for Jaime Munguia, and the top ranked card starts about 9 o'clock live in Tijuana. It's going to be a good one. Jumping down there. My boy should be joining any second now. But catching up with the fight fans, man, it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a good weekend. Golden Boy also has something on, Alexis Rocha. But we know I'm more going to be probably tuned into that Jaime Munguia scrap. Let's see, it's going to be Jaime's fourth fight of the year. We know that he fought John Ryder in January, Canelo in May. He had the fight in September in Arizona, and now this is his fourth fight. No magician here, no crystal ball, but it's looking like he's also going to be coming back in May of next year. Let's see how he does. Maybe he won't share the same weekend with Canelo, but he definitely fights in Canelo, and he is on the top of my wish list for 2025. Jaime Munguia is definitely on top of my wish list for 2025. I would love to see him and Edgar Berlanga in September, to be honest, because I think Edgar Berlanga is looking to come back somewhere late February, early March. So I would love to see that fight here in the Garden. And if it's in Vegas, it's in Vegas, but New York will definitely be a good market for that fight to happen. It'll be good to get Jaime out here on the East Coast and expand some of that, some of that love that he's got out there in Mexico and on the West Coast. What was going on? We just killing a little bit of time before we get these hosts on the show. And it's going to be a lot of good things that we're going to talk about, man. It's going to be a lot of good things to talk about. For next week, for Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, we're definitely going to have some big guests coming on the show. So make sure y'all tune in to next week. We will also have, that is the talk of next week, really, is that Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, other than obviously the guests I'll be having on the show. But the Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk rematch, the fight that I personally have been looking for since the first fight. I had Fury in the first fight, lost me some money. He lost. My boy was playing with his food, but I believe my bro will bounce back to victory. So it is what it is, man. Tyson Fury was up, man. He was up. I want to say he was up big on the cards, but he definitely had a sizable lead. He gets caught with that overhand left by Usyk. And the question has been answered with Usyk. Can he crack at the heavyweight division? And that's a yes. We also know that before that, he stopped Daniel Dubois in a fight that Dubois should have easily won with the body shot. That was ruled a low blow. But that's neither here nor there. But is the rematch warranted? Usyk right now has a lot of options if deemed victorious. If he wipes the floor with Tyson Fury, he could be looking at a rematch with Dubois. And he might even just be able to retire, might maybe try to become undisputed again, maybe become two-time undisputed if Tyson Fury's deemed victorious. Depending on how he's deemed victorious, there's a chance that there might be a trilogy for this fight. And he's also still have, obviously, British stablemates in Daniel Dubois and even Anthony Joshua. So I feel like right now Tyson Fury still has more available options at heavyweight in his career than Alexander Usyk. But it's going to be a good week of boxing, good week in Riyadh for Saudi Arabia. And let me know who y'all got below, man. I got Tyson Fury. Let me know who y'all riding with, man. Who is y'all riding with? I'm riding with Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. It's going to get it done this time. It sucks that they didn't let the champ stay with the belt. The IBF really strict, and because Usyk was undisputed champion for about a week, so which sucks. But it is what it is at that time. Just got the text, bro is ready to come on, bro. Brian Norman's getting ready to come on, so we about to have Brian Norman come on. Oh, Deontay Wilder. Shout out to Reg for the Deontay Wilder
Yes, sir.
thing. He talked about a couple weeks ago that he's been dealing with a broken hand, this, that, and the third, and all that stuff. And I just simply don't believe it. I just think it's time for him to retire. I think Tyson Fury took it all out of him. And Zhang, which is actually Zong, we've been pronouncing his name wrong. It's actually Zayli Zong. It's not Zayli Zhang. It's Zayli Zong is his name. Zong took it all out of him. And it's simple. Deontay Wilder should just retire. I feel like Deontay Wilder's career really went downhill firing Mark Breland because Malik Scott was just a horrible fit for him. Malik Scott has, the boxing acumen and the technique and the fundamentals that he tries to apply to Deontay Wilder when that's not what got Deontay Wilder there. What got Deontay Wilder there was just a jab, feint, timing, and precision, all taught by Mark Breland. The moment that Mark Breland, kind of even lost his confidence a little bit after firing Mark Breland, and he'll never admit it. He'll never step up, and I don't feel like he's the type of guy that's will ever say that he regrets it. Mark Breland was emotional in the locker room after being fired because he instantly got fired after the second fight. The guy was worried about your health. You're bleeding from your eardrum. You're taking a lot of punishment, and you fired a guy because he cared about your safety. I feel like that was wrong from the beginning, and I feel like that's kind of the reason why the boxing gods have repaid Deontay Wilder the way they have repaid him. But let's get to these links. Let's get to these guests. Let's go. We gonna have
tragic.
We gonna have my guy. We're going to have my guy on.
Right. No, I gotta start pulling up like a fucking box record or something, man.
Pull out the box. I mean, well, now we don't really need it. We don't really need it for
Yeah, but like like a little thing, what I'm saying, to give him a little hype job, what I'm saying, introducing,
We about to have him on. I just sent the link. Let me know when he's on, man. So fight fans, we about to have our first guest on. So just be patient with us. If you want to drop a question, if you want to come on, Reg, can you drop the link for the public? Then, if anything, let anybody wants to come on, ask some questions, talk some shit.
Oh wait! Whoa! We got we got a little double. We got David and Brian.
All right, so bring up David real quick.
All right, let's do it. Boom, boom.
Yo, what up?
Hi, my guy. You in the right time, Dave. We got Brian Norman in the background. We about to bring him up.
Already. What's up?
All right, so bring him up, Reg. Bring him up, Reg.
Hey, what's up?
Brian, what's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Good to have you on, man. We got some stuff we gotta clear up, man. First, the fight with you and Greg Hackett, February, live on Black Prom. How did that fight become about? We know you guys have a lot of media spats and the internet going back and forth. Things were said. We don't got to get into that. But when did you feel, or what was said that you felt that putting on the gloves was necessary to resolve this issue?
I felt it when he said we can meet in the parking lot or wherever we got to meet. When he said that, you don't threaten me with a good time. So shit. I mean, I invited him to come to the city where I'm at. I dropped the address for him. Sent the address to Jamil from YSM. I want to make sure you send it. Don't leave me waiting. Whatever, you the one that wanted to smoke. I'm minding my business, trying to explain to you what we got going on, and shit, he took it personal. So I'm like, if you got some beef, let's hatch it out. You know what I mean? Like I say, like I keep saying, we in the perfect sport for all of the shit talking. You know what I'm saying? You put your fist where your emotions are. You know what I'm saying? We in the perfect sport, man. We in the perfect sport. So to me, anybody else that don't hatch it out in the ring, I mean, you really just need to shut the hell up. But Desmond with BLK Prime reached out to Coach Malachi from True Media, and of course Coach Malachi reached out to me, and then that's how I got set up. Like he saw what was going on the YouTube scene or whatever, and Coach Malachi, of course, was promoting the boxing dad and saying he liked him and all the drama, and it's supposed to be Tim Bradley too. Now this is what people don't know: Tim Bradley done ducked behind the scenes. Tim Bradley agreed to fight me. And that his ass talking about, he done made a damn podcast coming out. I'm not stupid to that level. You got it. You win. Tim Bradley, when y'all saw that face off, asked me for an exhibition bout at 200 pounds. He presented that to me long before this Greg Hackett shit.
That was in I want to say that was for that fight in here, because I was here at the Garden. I was there, and I was talking. I forgot who I forgot who I was talking to. And when I'm talking, it hit me in the elbow. And I'm turning around, and I see you, and I see Tim, and that's when he says something weird, and then I'm just looking around. I'm like, let me not play too nosy. Let me just mind my business.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
no, he said he'll whoop my ass. This at that same face off that you saw, you might have saw us talking 3 times. Did you see me talking to him right there in the middle? Then you see me go up and talk to him on the stage. Did you see that?
the angle I had was when we was by the chairs. But then
Yeah,
obviously social media fast. So by the time I'm on the train after the presser, I'm seeing the angle from that other side where you step to him.
yeah, I talked to him. We had a confrontation 3 times, and the
That's the
first one
one.
was very brief, and then the first one wasn't even face to face. He said something to me. He the one who said something to me first. And then that was when the one that people got on tape. That's when I walked up in his face or whatever. That was the one that everybody saw. The third one was when he went up on the stage and hid behind some guys. And I had to go up there and tell them I got sense and I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna hit him and whatever. And I got them to move out of the way. But he asked me about the exhibition on the ground, right there at the one where the people saw. He
Mm.
said that then. He was like, I kick your ass and your son ass or whatever else. I ain't fond of your son. I beat him. Bad. Please. He was like, me and you 200 pounds. Nigga, let's get it.
David, what you got? You got any questions for Brian? You got any questions?
Nah, man. Just what's going on, Coach? Thanks for coming in, chopping it up with us. When's the last time you've actually gotten a ring and sparred with somebody? Is that something you keep doing, or to stay in shape?
I've been before this, I stopped sparring on a regular probably 2016. But I will get in every blue moon when somebody need work and they can't get no work. I get in to give them a few rounds or whatever else. I usually go 2-3 rounds, just off a natural GP or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't like nothing I made a habit out of doing.
All right. So we're gonna get maybe 1-2 more questions before we let you go, Coach. So obviously, your son, Brian Norman, welterweight champion of the world. He was supposed to be on the November 8th card with Keyshawn. That didn't happen. Besides all the hype in the media with the Jerron Ennis, do you think it's you guys are kind of on the same path? Like if you don't get the unification bouts, is the 154 the next stop for you?
No, we're gonna get the unification bout with Boots. I don't see why we can't. I mean, he's speaking the same thing. I'm speaking the same thing. They speaking the same language. We speaking the same language. I don't understand what the hoopla is. They acting like they're not hearing me over here saying we got this fight in March. After that, we're available. So I don't know what they're not hearing, but I did tell my son. We'll see if he does it. I did tell my son because I told him I was gonna do it. He was like, "Nah, let me do it," because I was like, "These niggas ain't listening." You know what I'm saying? Like they're not comprehending what I'm saying because I'm listening to every blog. I'm looking at every comment. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? What is he gonna do? I mean, the champions are not gonna fight. Yes, the fuck we are. What are y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? But
No,
hey,
it's been a lot, man, and
no,
the way it looks from the outside looking in is sometimes it look like you spoken for your son too much instead of letting him speak. To be honest, because that's what it looked like sometimes, and it's just a fight that we believe can happen, but something's just been in the roadblock every time.
No. Now, see, when you say it's been a lot, let's think about this, and this is what I think the fight fans or the people are not understanding. And even it seems like Eddie or whoever else who knows what's going on, well, they understand. They just know what they're doing. My son still has not had a fight since this happened, right? It's not like he went and fought Joe Smo. He was supposed to fight Derek Quavaz, the guy he's fighting in March, before his boot situation came up. Top Rank presented his boot situation probably a day or two after we signed the Quavaz contract. They said they would allow us to take out of it. We was interested in that. We did. We decided to try to go that route. That's when all of that took place. It didn't work out. So cool. We was back to the regularly scheduled program, which was November the 8th. That didn't happen because of the surgery my son had back July the 29th that he should have been healed from at the end of September. But it took about 2 weeks longer and he wasn't healed yet. So that's why he didn't take that fight. Bottom line, no fight has been had. We're not going on. We're not going to take this path like Terrence Crawford, the Errol Spence did, like Tank doing, and like Devin doing. All of them keep taking these fights, keep taking these fights. No, we going for this man. This man says he wants to be undisputed. He says he wants to unify. That's exactly what we want. I don't want to say that there's no issue here. There's no issue. You got my word. Anybody got my word. But again, my son is going to say it also. You got my word. After this fight, we're available to discuss this again if they're serious. Now, to take it back to the people who thought we were ducking, Daryl people even say that fight could not have even took place. So they were negotiating, and Eddie Hearn knew that. They were negotiating in bad faith. That fight could never happen. Doing no negotiation after August the 19th or 16th or 19th, one of those two. The Karen fight rematch had already been ordered. So Eddie would just run his mouth for nothing. But bottom line, this fight can and will happen.
Good to hear. That's good to hear for the public, for the people that were in doubt, for the people that were worried. But Brian, I appreciate you for joining us. Best of luck. Hope to have you and your son on the duet soon on the show. Good to hear from you, man. Happy holidays if we don't reach out back then, and hope to see you soon, my brother.
You too. All right, boss man. Okay.
So, well, David? How's your Spanish?
Oh man, it's all right, bro. It ain't that great.
I got Yankel in the background ready to come in.
I mean, I understand it better than I could speak it. You understand?
All right. So if you ready if he's ready, Reg, bring him up. If he's ready, bring him up.
He is not here, sir.
All right, so he's not here, so we can stall off a little bit. Let's jump a little. I don't know if you weren't here for that, but we got Diego Pacheco and Steven Nelson confirmed for January 25th at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. Reg, can I get a picture, please? He announced this today with Olympian Andy Cruz and Salcido most likely will be the co-main event, and the return of veteran lightweight former champion Jose Pedraza. David, talk to me.
Yo, man, I'm ready to see what Pacheco's about, bro. I'm ready to see.
This is it. If he's getting a lot of that, he's getting what Edgar Berlanga was getting in February. That you might be in the running for that fight in May. I think he gets it.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. You think that's coming up?
If he's got to look good though.
Right. And
he's got to look good.
I think it was the last fight, bro. He didn't even look that great, to be honest with you. I wasn't that impressed, man. But it's kind of sink or swim time. Let's see what we got. You got to test the wheels on this mug and see what he can do, man.
Undefeated, 22-0 versus 20-0. This is the one. That's a good scrap to start out 2025.
And they got some regional titles on the line too, right?
If I'm not mistaken, he's a WBO, right?
Yeah. And then there's a WBC like USA belt on there too. You remember wrestling, bro? They had the Intercontinental champion.
That's what he's at now, but it's gonna be a good fight. Some people feel like, considering what's on the line with Canelo in May, even though people obviously you don't want to overlook your opponent. Some people says he shouldn't even taken a fight of this magnitude. Like this was, this is a tough fight. He's, Steve Nelson's definitely on the rise, just like you. Maybe he's taking a different path. Maybe it's not the more foreseeable path, but he's definitely on the rise, and he's definitely looking for that big fight, just like you. Also coming out of that Terrence Crawford, that Bomac, that Diego team, that Bernie team. So.
He's 36 years old, bro.
Yeah, man. But hey, he's young in boxing years.
Right.
That's young in boxing. I don't feel like he has that wear and tear that a lot of these guys have. But who knows? Boxing is one of the few sports that guys do get old overnight, like that 33 and some, like you see guys in the same year, right? Like they'll fight in the same year and they're the same age, but then just they look completely different in those fights. So it could be one of those things. I guarantee it, because if I'm not mistaken, he was on the Crawford Madrimov card. So
that's where he's wearing the trunks. They look like they were sagging.
he was on that, so it should be good.
All right, the guest of honor.
We got him. Can we get some introduction for my guy, Flyweight Star. Bring him on. Yankiel el Doctorcito. ¿Cómo está?
Todo bien, papá. Un placer estar aquí con ustedes.
Oh, gracias, gracias. So, dígame, la última pelea, tuviste una detención el cuarto round. ¿Qué tú crees que ese es el performance mejor tuyo de ahora o hay más que esperar en tu propia pelea?
No, definitivamente hay mucho más que esperar del doctorcito. Esto es, ¿verdad? Paso a paso, cada vez lucir mejor y seguir mejorando. Siempre hay cositas para uno mejorar y para uno añadir.
Ok. Tiene nada más 7 peleas profesional, pero algo que tú sabes, mirando tú sabes, la estadística, el combinado récord de tu oponente son 109 victorias con 28 derrotas. So, está peleando dos rivales con mucha experiencia en solo 7 peleas y has ya vencido 3 invictos también.
Correcto.
¿Cómo en 7 peleas tu manager y la gente que se encarga de esa cosa te tiran con tanta experiencia a ti en el ring así, con peleadores así?
Yo entiendo que es la confianza que tiene el manejador sobre mí. También el trabajo que ven ¿verdad? Que uno hace en el gimnasio. Yo entiendo que gracias a eso también, gracias a la experiencia, que no, tal vez en profesional no tengo, pero tuve mucha experiencia en el boxeo amateur. Y pues gracias a eso también es que me llevan, ¿verdad? Así tan veloz, tan rápido. Entiendo yo como un parecido como lo que hicieron con Lomachenko. Venía de mucha experiencia en el aficionado y lo llevaron, su carrera profesional fue mucho más rápida.
Y obviamente, aparte de ser campeón, ¿tienes una meta personal que quieras conquistar ahora mismo?
No, ser campeón, eso es lo que estoy enfocado, ¿verdad? En lo que estamos esperando que nos den esa gran oportunidad titular para, ¿verdad? Para lograr esa meta que tenemos ahora mismo, que es ser campeones del mundo.
Y no has sentido la presión, tú sabes, de la gente de Puerto Rico a ser el próximo, la próxima superestrella de Puerto Rico?
Pues, fíjate, no, yo dejo que eso el tiempo lo decida, ¿verdad? Con el trabajo que realizo en el gimnasio, en las peleas. Si, ¿verdad? Si mi fanaticada y así, ¿verdad? Después Puerto Rico me quiere ver así como la próxima figura grande, como lo fue Miguel Cotto, Tito Trinidad, pues yo encantado, pero pues, ahora, o sea, no estoy pendiente de eso, no estoy enfocado en eso. Yo estoy enfocado en el gimnasio, en hacer el trabajo que tengo que hacer y ir pelea por pelea. Tampoco me adelanto, voy pelea por pelea y que hasta que se nos dé la oportunidad de ser campeones del mundo ¿verdad? Y seguir por ahí para arriba haciendo historia.
Dave, you got anything?
Yeah, estás en fila, ya, o casi, para pelear por los títulos del WBC, WBA. Ya mero estás ahí, ¿verdad?
Es
¿Cuál
correcto.
título prefieras pelear primero? Si
Pues
fue tu... Ajá.
no tengo preferencias, la verdad. Ya son 3 organismos, en los más cercanos que estoy son los que mencionaste, que es el WBC y el WBA, pero también estoy rankeado en el WBO. Yo lo que quiero es la oportunidad. El primero que me dé la oportunidad, esa yo voy a escoger.
Ok, Yankee, muchas gracias por su tiempo. Se agradece mucho y buena suerte por ahí en el 2025. Felicidades. Feliz año nuevo y feliz Navidades si lo celebra. Gracias.
Claro, no, gracias a ustedes por la oportunidad, por la invitación. Acá siempre a la orden, cuenten conmigo. Y nada, igual a ustedes, muchas felicidades, muchas bendiciones para ustedes y su familia y a seguir rompiendo.
Gracias, muy amable. Gracias.
Bien.
Igualmente.
Uy. So we got Keyshawn. Shout
I
out
was
to
hoping.
Yankee Rivera, man. We
real
got
quick.
boxing with Chris Deportes, man. We gotta come on, Dave. We gotta,
What's
you know
up?
what I'm saying?
What? What's up?
I said we got boxing with Chris Deportes. We gotta reel him in, Dave. You get what I'm saying? We gotta bring
Yeah.
them all in.
Yeah,
I
word
don't
up,
just
bro. That's dope,
get back
man.
on my Spanish, man. I used to talk a lot of good Spanish that I stopped speaking as I got older, to be honest. My mom will be disappointed in my Spanish right now. But man, we got some good scraps heading into 2025. Reg, do I got that? I think I'm gonna send you the picture right now.
Yeah, I gotta work on my shit, dude.
Boom, boom. So yeah, we got the Keyshawn Davis versus Baranchek. Love will be in the air. Fights will be in Madison Square, February 14th at the Hulu Theater. It's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. Keyshawn Davis gets the opportunity to fight for the first world title, the WBO lightweight world title here in New York City. And it's gonna be in New York City, so don't be surprised if you get a nice little undercard. Yours truly, with all the boxing rising stars that Top Rank has to offer, the Shushu Carringtons, the Xander Zayas. And I've got good news. Xander Zayas is the co-main event, loud and clear and confirmed by his manager. He told me, Chris, we're on the co-main event. Give it to this week. We'll be dropping that fight poster. And let's see if Shushu gets in. You think Shushu will be in there? He should, right? Mike,
Yeah,
he was on the fight. He fought on the Mike Tyson.
Right.
So he should be back, right, Dave? Or we're overreaching, maybe?
Nah, I think that's plenty of time. I mean, it didn't even go that far, right? The fight, I forgot.
No, I think he went decision, but the Mike Tyson Jake Paul was when?
I
wasn't really paying attention. When was it? It was
like it's just a few weeks ago, bro.
Definitely a month ago. So I mean, I don't see why. It'll be good. Always at home.
He could do it.
Always good to have at home. But let's jump right into the fight real quick. So Keyshawn Davis gets his first bite at the apple against Darius Baranchek. Last seen in action at home November 8th, where he stopped Gustavo Lemos in the second round. How does he get it done? Can he get it done? And is Baranchek being slept on here? David, talk to me.
I think so, a little bit, bro. Baranchek is no punk. And remember, he was on the same Olympic team as Lomachenko and Usyk. So this dude is this well-schooled guy. He gave Navarrete, he beat him back down to 130 pounds, man. So, but Baranchek's a real guy. This is a real fight. I almost feel like, now I think Keyshawn is a talent. I think he's got skills. But I'm almost thinking, is this too much too soon for him right now?
Say it. Say it with your chest. Do you feel that way, or are you thinking about it? Say it with your chest, David. Do you feel that way? Because it's different feeling it, and there's one thing saying it. Don't be the guy.
I'm feeling it,
like
saying
if
it, bro.
He loses, right? Like if Keyshawn Davis loses, don't come out the next day. I knew he should have never taken a fight where he has a bad.
No. Look. And I'm 100% like okay with him doing this though, because he wants it. Keyshawn's been pushing. He's saying he's ready for the big stage for a while now. He's been saying that. So I'll defer to the fighter. If you think you're ready for it, and he looked really good against Lemos, man. I mean, that's a very different style than Baranchek. You understand? It's a very, very different style that he's going to be facing. But and then you're talking about Olympic pedigrees here. Both of these guys are Olympians. Baranchek's going to have the edge in experience on him. But hey, man, if this dude, so I tell you this much, there's no excuses, man. If Keyshawn goes in and he loses, right? He loses. There's no, it was too soon. For me, if I was like a manager, I'm thinking fanager, you know what I mean? Yeah. I would be like, let's get one more in.
Okay. See that okay, that's good. That's good. It's okay. That's understandable. And I think it is a little too soon. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I think it's a little too soon. I think he's actually too soon. He needed maybe another homecoming fight and then a veteran. Right.
I want to see him go the distance in a tough fight.
I wanna see him. I mean, he's had his veteran, but I don't. But like Jose Pedraza, it was just like he was like way over the hill. They made him come back down to 135.
Right.
Like Jose Pedraza was the perfect name had he been in the same weight class. No, but they made him come back down from 140 to 135. So that already takes a little away. I was hoping for Cambosis, but he said he's going to Matchroom, and he's looking also at 140 pounds, and it's looking like him and Tio might run that rematch. But
a word?
Yeah, it's looking like him and Tio might run a rematch. He says he's open to it, and other than that, what will really? There was really not a good vet for Keyshawn Davis out there. Like, there's no Gamboa way over the hill already. So I do think it's a little too soon, but he's the top ranked guy. He's basically has been the guy since Shakur signed with Matchroom. So they kind of speeded up the process just a little bit. Maybe with Shakur maybe still being on top rank, I don't think this fight's happened yet. I think he probably will be on the Shakur Stevenson undercard. Still molding up a little bit, but due to his departure, now he has to kind of take the keys at lightweight, has the young star. So Madison Square Garden, love is in the air, gloves will be in the air. Sanders Eyes will be the co-main event. Hopefully we get Shushu Carrington attached. It's going to be good. David, early prediction. Give me some. Early prediction. I just handed you $50. What's your early prediction?
For Keyshawn Baranchik? Man. I need to see the odds, bro. I need to see the odds.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I want to. If I'm putting it on a bookie and I'm doing it like that, I want to see the odds are. I don't know, man. Do you think Keyshawn would be the underdog in this? It's got to be, right? 12-0.
He's not. He's like what? He's like 13, 14. He's not.
Nah, wait. Let me.
He's like at least 13. I think he definitely don't got 15 fights. I mean, he has the one no contest. He definitely has the one no contest where he,
that's right. I forgot
where he was smoking, when he was out there smoking gas.
Yeah. I was at that fight, yo.
We don't knock you, Keyshawn, because we definitely smokes the gas over here, my boy.
All good, buddy.
We is not knocking you, my boy.
Officially, it's 12-0 with AKOs, and then with the no contest, that would be.
So yeah, I'm definitely not putting a guy. That's what I say. Definitely don't have over 15 fights, but. It looks good on the resume. A champion under 15 fights definitely looks good. Not Lomachenko, but it definitely still looks good. If I had to tell, if it has coming from being a gambling man myself, I think he would be an underdog, but it kind of would be like Hitchinson Power. It wouldn't be that big. Like it would be probably Baranchik minus 104 with him being like a plus 100. Like I don't see him being a plus 200. I don't see him reaching over plus 130, plus 150 on a bad day, depending on where you bet, DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever. I don't see him being that much of an underdog. And he has the youth on his side, but he won't win this fight with power. He definitely got to use this to win this fight.
One thing that kind of gets me about Baranchik, bro, is he's not that active. He fights like once a year. And he's fought like that for the last few years, if I'm not mistaken, man. Let me see. I'm looking at. Let me see. I've got it right here. Yeah, bro. He fought twice in 2021, once in 2022, once in 2023, and once in 2024.
So not your most activity in the gym. So, I mean, let's see.
At 36.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I think if maybe he was 29, 30, I think we wouldn't play a big factor. But being 36, it's kind of he's like almost in the wheelhouse of he's almost like in the unwanted stage of passing the torch. As fucked up as it sounds.
Yeah.
Even though he's not like, the big superstar, but in terms of, thing. But gotta switch gears before we let go. We close off here. We might as well go to what's on today. Just kicked off in Tijuana, Mexico. We got the Jaime Munguia versus Sarace. Talk to me. Jaime Munguia's fourth fights John Ryder in January. Fights obviously Canelo in May. Fought I forgot the guy's name, in September in Phoenix, and now he's fighting in his hometown. Remember, he was supposed to fight last time, but it was supposed to be at 160. I don't remember. He fainted making weight. That's what made him move up to 168. Fun fact for you, for the people that don't know.
I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, he fainted making weight about a year or two ago. He's supposed to have a fight here in Mexico, and he fainted. And I want to say he did, I think, a fight or two after that, and then after that, he went to 168.
Bro, I can't even believe that dude fought at 154.
He was a welterweight, bro. People forget Jaime
Yeah.
Munguia was a welterweight. He only had like 4 fights, don't get me wrong. But Jaime Munguia definitely fought at welterweight. Talk to me, man. 4th fight in this year, and me and X were talking about it.
I saw that.
He probably was looking for the Canelo rematch. Canelo right now obviously has some rematches going on, but the Jaime Munguia, Edgar Berlanga is at the top of my wish list for 2025. Whether it's here, it's in Las Vegas, and we're talking about, me and X, we were talking about the things because he's kind of praising Berlanga for the entertainment, and I was praising Jaime Munguia more due to the fact that he came to win. I know that Canelo carried Munguia. It's obvious. I watched the fight, and it's obvious he carried him. But the reason he carried him, ladies and gentlemen, he did not want to hurt his countrymen. I think if Felix Trinidad or Miguel Cotto, I forgot, Trinidad fought Camacho. He could have stopped Camacho. He didn't stop him. That's his fellow. You know what I'm saying? He said, he may not say, but he said a couple times that he didn't take backlash, but people like, that was, why you took that fight, or you took it because of the money, or whatever it gets. So I feel like he didn't do that because he didn't want to. He didn't. Honestly, So you think it would have been different if Jaime would have been Mexican from the States, like Oscar De La Hoya, considering that he's actually from Mexico?
A little bit, man. There's
if he would have been Mexican, I don't know from like fucking Arizona or LA, do you think Canelo would have just stopped him, or considering like, he's really from, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if y'all have that same thing, but like,
yes, bro. I'm Dominican American, but I wasn't born, so I'm not doing. Come on, bro.
So same shit, dude. I've had Mexicano. Fun fact. I got thrown in a jail in Mexico once. Long story, bro. Long story. But we threw down with the fucking police over there. They messed us up pretty bad. Anyway, I'm in the cell and there's dudes talking shit, man, because there's me and my cousin, and so we're talking in English together, and immediately some dudes start jumping out. Oh man, I'm stuck in here with fucking gringos, man. I'm like, yo, who the fuck you calling a gringo, bro? They go, oh man. And then right away, me and my cousin start saying, hey man, we're Mexicanos. We just split by the river, bro. But my family's from Mexico. My mom's straight from, she was born in Mexico. And so all of a sudden, like, there was a faction of people that started speaking up, and it became a conversation. And then some other dudes jumped in and said, hey man, we're all the same blood. It's just the river that divides us. That doesn't mean nothing. It's the same culture, So there are a lot of people who feel like if you're born on the other side of the river and you're born in the States, you're not really Mexican.
It's kind of the same thing with the Puerto Ricans, because even though Puerto Rico is a part of the U.S., it was kind of like that with Edgar Berlanga. Like, I was seeing a lot of the Puerto Rican radio hosts, like, we've never seen him down here. He's never done this. So, like I said, I go back to say this. Edgar Berlanga, I only gave him the 4th round against Canelo. Jaime Munguia arguably won 3 out of those first 5 rounds, maybe 2 out of those first 5 rounds, depending. He did get knocked down in the 4th, but he definitely put up a better fight. Did Canelo carry him? Yes. The question is, and obviously the statement from Jaime Munguia is he's celebrating a loss. Why is he celebrating the loss so much? And should he be even celebrating that loss?
I think he's probably more subconsciously, he's celebrating the payday. He's celebrating the bag, right? That's what he's really happy about. And then there's some of that is, well, I went 12 rounds with Canelo, right? I think that's 1A and 1B. He's more like, yo, I got paid, man, and I'm really happy about that. But then also I went 12 rounds. He didn't knock me out. So, I side with Munguia a little bit on that. I'm like, dude, that's not a lot to be boasting or bragging about. But if you hear Berlanga, he does make a point. He's saying, and he kind of admitted it himself. I almost wanted to ask him this question in a moment. He said that he jumped from like minor league baseball, or it was a different metaphor, but like minor league baseball to the major leagues real quick. He made a real quick jump, basically admitting he wasn't prepared or qualified to be in the ring with Canelo. And that's why he feels proud of himself for getting those 12 rounds. And so I understand what Munguia's saying. That's nothing to be proud of. But if you look at it from that perspective, right, you can see where he's coming from on that. But yeah, that wouldn't be something that I would be gloating about necessarily. I'd be like, yo, I want another shot because I think I could do better.
And because that's what we were talking about, because we were saying how obviously Jaime took some rounds, and kind of the celebration of the pointing at Caleb Plant, how we were not gonna, his words, not mine, at the press conference in LA, we're not gonna go out like that fuck nigga over there, which refers to Caleb Plant. But Caleb Plant arguably was winning the fight before getting knocked out. Like what if Caleb Plant would have took that, like, hey man, because remember he got knocked out in the 11th. What if he goes 12 and loses the decision to Canelo? Then what? Right. So I don't know, man. But Jaime Munguia fights tonight in Tijuana. ESPN is live right now. And
yo, do you know that this is like a WBC title eliminator?
Yeah, man. So I think they're gonna try to line him up in Billy. That's what I'm saying. He's got some scraps on the way. It just depends what route he wants to take. Like, I was actually surprised. So did he leave Goldenwood? Because I remember Oscar did the clapback Thursday. He was like, oh, he didn't leave. We're letting him kind of like be free. We're still eating off him, but we're letting him be free. Who knows? I might even let him go to PBC. He said it sarcastically. So do you think it's one of those? Do you think is he free or what? Because
there's some kind of tie
on it.
There's some kind of ties there,
and he's had 2 fights.
Yeah, but it's just on a different platform, right?
He's also switched trainers.
Yeah, man. I wish you would have stayed with Roach, bro.
Like we've seen. It's not. You broke up a little bit, Dave.
Oh, my bad. I said I wish you would have stayed with Roach, man.
We lost him.
Yo, what?
Yeah, I saw the improvement in Roach, but I don't see. He's just obviously looking more Mexican, sticking with Eric Morales. He's just more gritty, pitty, more aggressive, I feel. But one thing that I have seen him with the Canelo fight, he looks more patient. He's not rushing it. One thing I can say,
that had more to do with Canelo, bro.
To see that he's not over rushing it. He's pacing. He's trying to pick the shots wisely, and I think it's a good look for Jaime Munguia that we will see tonight. We might cover that, David. I appreciate you for joining. Always open your doors, and my doors are always open to you. So whenever we go, who knows? We might do something tomorrow, Jaime. We'll do something this week. Definitely, if we're gonna join this week, we'll be talking Fury and Usyk for that large fight. So we definitely gonna need you to join us on that. So appreciate you for joining, big bro. We gonna see you soon, man.
Yo, for sure, man. Thanks for having me, guys.
Nah, anytime, bro.
All right, peace out.
All right.
That's it, man. That's it. We gonna log out, fight fans. I appreciate y'all for joining us in another episode. And the guests we gonna be having soon. We gonna be back again to talk some boxing again. We gonna be recapping this Jaime Munguia. Still got some more interviews coming up. We're gonna be breaking this down, and I'll be back again to talk that boxing again. And I'm gonna be back.
To this day,